All right. Giants at Eagles. Who would have thought the Eagles season would be coming down to this last game against the Giants? But here we are. All right. The Giants, they can't really move up, but they're in. The Eagles have to win this game for the number one seed and for their pride. I mean, they're right. They were riding high. They were indestructible. There's some reasons why they've lost, but it doesn't matter. They're still L's and they still hurt and they still mess with your head. What do you think is going to happen?
So this, I'm not too sure because it'll be interesting to see what the Giants do. Like they can't, like you mentioned, they can't move up, they can't move down. Like they're stuck in that 6th seed. So it'll be interesting to see if they're even playing their starters. Like I know Jalen Hurts is supposed to come back this week. All the reports have said that he's more than likely coming back for Week 18, and he should be good to go. And again, you want to lock up that 1 seed so that you can get another bye week. This is, once they added that extra week into the NFL season, all these guys started talking about, we need an extra bye week. Well, you lock up the 1 seed, you can get it before the most important games of the season. So I think the Eagles just have more to play for. I think they're just generally a better team than the Giants anyways. And especially if there's any chance that the Giants are resting their starters, they would definitely win. But even starters against starters, I would expect the Eagles to win 10 times out of 10 against this Giants team.
I would agree with that. I absolutely agree with that, unless the losing has taken its toll on the Eagles locker room. But I think they're better than that. I think Sirianni's got them set up better than that, because the Giants are certainly confident, and Brian Daboll has them confident and ready to roll. As far as starters, I'm curious because Daboll looks like a kind of guy that would be like, there's no fucking way I'm resting my starters. We're going balls to the wall into this. But I think he's a really intelligent person and going to have people around him saying, all right, why don't we think about this for a second? So I think it's unpredictable. I don't know. I can see him saying, no, let's go. But, maybe somebody gets in his ear and says, hey, let's at least rest some of these people. Let's get some of these people healthy. So, but all in all, I expect the Eagles to win this game regardless, and lock up that number 1 seed.
Yeah, and just to your point, real quick about Daboll, that's what makes it so like you were talking about. It's unpredictable because of the person Daboll is. You would expect him to play the starters, but as injured as that Giants team has been, like imagine they lose another receiver going into the playoffs. They're already playing with a dude named Isaiah Hodgins being the number 2, and Richie Grant's their number 1. Like, who are these guys? We didn't expect them to be anything this year. So, it's such a wild card. But again, we both think the Eagles should come out on top either way.
Yeah. And I to your point, again, I hope he does think about this and he does rest his starters, because I would like to see a healthy Giants team, what they can do in the playoffs. And I'm sure he would too. So the Giants can cause some damage in the playoffs and upset some people. And we all want to see the best competition we can. So, hope if he's out there listening, Brian, if you're listening, we want you to rest the starters and take one on the chin and get ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, and to satisfy some Giants fans that I know we have out there, I want to talk a little bit about Daniel Jones before we get off of this, because even though, like we said, we think they'll lose this game, I think Daniel Jones, especially in the Colts game, that might be a fluke because the Colts are so trash. But I feel like Daniel Jones this season under Brian Daboll, especially with the group, the supporting cast that he's had around him, has played his way into a new contract. And I don't know if I'm biased because I've always liked Daniel Jones and thought he could be a guy if he got the right coaching. So I'm wondering what your thoughts are on Daniel Jones and what he's done this year, and if he deserves a new contract from the Giants.
I think so. I mean, I think I'd like to see another year, with Daboll and Jones together. People want instant fixes, and it just doesn't work that way. And sometimes the quarterback's be in the right system, and the coach has got to have the right quarterback. And I think what we've seen so far this year, there's a lot of potential here. And look at we're Colts fans. You do not want to get on this quarterback carousel. It is a miserable fucking game. And if you've got somebody who looks like He's showing promise under the right leadership, which Brian Daboll probably is. Dude, I would put everything I had as if I were a Giants fan, I'd be like, keep this shit together and let's see what we can do next year. What you got to lose? You've already dumped a decade doing nothing. It's different. It's kind of like the Colts. It's not different. It's kind of like the Colts, right? The only problem is we don't have a quarterback. But the Colts team is completely stacked, and I'm terrified they're going to bring in a coach that's going to dismantle the whole thing. They need somebody to come in and tweak this and tweak that and tweak that, and boom, start winning, right? I think the Giants are right there. They may not be there. They may come in next year and stink up the place, and he go 3-15. I don't know, but he might come back next year and they go 15-3, or 15-2, whatever. You know what I mean? So I think you got to give these two another chance to see what's going to happen, because when you get the right combination, we see it happen in Jacksonville right now. And the spark's lit, man, it takes on a whole new life. And I think Giants fans deserve that. So my opinion is just be patient and see what these two can do.
See, and that's how I feel, because like the way I look at it is when you're talking about coaches and quarterbacks, who are you going to replace him with?
Right.
Like somebody with that kind of arm talent that Daboll and his staff have obviously been able to get him to be better with this year, cut down the turnovers, and his running ability. Like he athletically, like people for obvious reasons don't compare him to Lamar Jackson, but as athletic as he is, he should be compared to Lamar Jackson. Now, obviously, again, Lamar Jackson, one of one kind of athlete, but Daniel Jones is too. And who are you going to replace him with? I think what we've seen this year, like you mentioned, you pair him, keep him with Daboll for at least one more year. Give him, 1 year, 20 mil or 25 mil in today's NFL isn't much for a quarterback. You could do that, go out and get a weapon, get some guys coming back healthy next year. And like you said, win a bunch of games. I think they have the team to do it and the pieces to do it and the coach and the quarterback to do it, that at this point seem like they could be irreplaceable.
I agree.
And I would love to know what you think about this game, what you think is going to happen, who you think is going to win. You let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you for the next video.